So I'll be watching the brand new Avengers Infinity War film in the coming days. Before I do that, I'm going to review the first two movies and then review Infinity War. I hate reviewing something new without reviewing the old films if it's a sequel. So I'm definitely reviewing the first two, starting with number one, Marvel's The Avengers, and just to put it out there, the new one, Infinity War, has already been ruined for me. Somebody, some idiot, not mentioning any names, Raymond, has told me some critical information about the very end of the movie. Now, I'm not going to do that to everybody, and don't you just hate it when some moron does that? Intentionally, might I add, because this person knows I hate endings being ruined. Don't tell me what happens in Game of Thrones. Don't tell me what happens in the end of movies I haven't seen. It's the most annoying thing ever for a movie, TV show lover. So in the comments below, please let Raymond know that you got Uncle Bannock 13th back, and tell Mr. Ray or Raymond what you think of them. Let's call him something. I call Ray an asshole. Now, you lovely, creepy 13ies out there, let's see what you want to call Ray. It could be a turd, it could be a moron, it could be anything. Just please have my back and let him know in the comments below what you think of him for doing what he did. So, in the first Avengers, we've got Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Hawkeye, Thor, and the Black Widow, played by the very sexy Scarlett Johansson. And if you haven't seen a lot of the previous films coming from Marvel, they all really kind of come together and keep following storyline with the different movies. Loki, who's actually Thor's brother, they had a bit of a falling out in Asgard, comes to Earth with the support of some ancient alien civilization who have given him a really powerful scepter that he carries. And he steals a Tesseract artifact from the S.H.I.E.L.D. Corporation, and this Tesseract has the power to actually open up doorways to other parts of the universe, anywhere in the universe, and he plans on using the Tesseract to bring this alien army from the different part of the universe that they're from down to Earth so he can control and rule Earth on his own. The condition is he must hand over the Tesseract artifact over to the alien civilization or the leader, and then God knows what the hell they're going to do with it. So it's a pretty stupid plan on Loki's behalf in the first place. And it's actually quite silly for the S.H.I.E.L.D. Corporation to be using the Tesseract to be making weapons in the first place, because that's what they're doing. Instead of trying to figure out a way to destroy this thing or get rid of it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands, they're using it and trying to gain power themselves. So it's a bit ridiculous. It's like a power struggle between S.H.I.E.L.D. Corporation and this alien civilization. So really, it kind of just goes to show that as human beings, we're just always in that power battle in one way, shape, or form. So, Loki gets his hands on this Tesseract, and the Avengers come together to try and stop him before Earth is destroyed completely. Now, I have to admit, the first time I watched this, it didn't really appeal to me all that much. The reason being, I think, is because I'm such a practical effects dude. I hate a lot of CGI. It becomes more of an animation as opposed to a film. Yes, sometimes CGI is required, but use practical effects wherever possible. So I think the first time when I watched it, I was actually watching it with a group of friends and we're having a few drinks and a laugh, and maybe I wasn't concentrating full on the movie like I should have been. It was more of a fun time, but I do recall a lot of CGI effects, and I was just thinking, oh, here we go, another CGI marathon. However, watching it again now, rewatching it before I go and see Infinity War, it's actually really good. I really enjoyed it this time around, and most of the CGI I think was much needed regardless. You can't have aliens coming out of a portal from the sky on their jet ski hoverboard, thingamajiggies. You can't have that without CGI. There's no practical way to do it, no way. So it was definitely necessary, and it was well done anyway, so I have to admit, I enjoyed the film a lot more this time around. And most of the Marvel movies I really like regardless. It's just, I've always got that practical effects mentality inside my brain anyway. Growing up with 80s horror films and loving those, I think it's just something that's imprinted into my mind. I've got to try and let go. Ooh-sa. So the rest of the film is the Avengers trying to get the Tesseract back, trying to stop Loki from opening up this portal and the aliens invading, and they fail at that because the aliens do invade and we have an absolute epic battle. But I think we all saw that coming. You had to have that awesome action sequence at some stage with the aliens coming in, because they were ready. Throughout the movie you can see them, they're just ready to come to Earth and just cause havoc and try and take over, obliterate everybody. And the question now is, do the Avengers win, or does Loki and the alien army win? I'm not going to say, because I don't ruin movies for anybody like Raymond. But I am going to rate this movie now before I quickly discuss some spoilers, and there aren't really that many. There's not much to talk about other than what actually happens at the very end. But the 2012 Marvel's Avengers gets a well-deserved 11 out of 13. I do prefer practical effects, but I do also accept the need for CGI when it's necessary. Also, not a huge fan of PG-rated type films. I'd rather see like darker versions of these superhero films, such as Deadpool, Logan. Those are definitely the types of films that will take my ratings to like 12 and 13. Definitely. It just seems a lot more realistic. This is more of a sort of cartoon version with CGI. You know, there's not much blood or anything like that. Innocent people will be definitely dying through, you know, between the crossfire with the aliens and the Avengers fighting, but we don't really see much of that. Some of the tragic bits and pieces that would happen in such a out of this world type of battle, but that's really something small to pick on. I like realism. I like something a lot darker and definitely R-rated. But that's just me. However, it still gets a really awesome score, and it's definitely a must-watch if you haven't already. Watch the Marvel's Avengers, then watch Age of Ultron, and then watch Infinity War, which I'll be seeing in the coming days. Now on to the spoilers. So if you don't want to see the spoilers, if I've just convinced you to watch the film, close the window now. You've got my rating, you've got all the information you need. Come back later and check out what else I had to say. It's really not much anyway. Spoilers, here we go. So, a decision is made by the council to send a nuclear bomb to this battleground between the aliens, Loki, and the Avengers to just blow everything up. Chances are a lot of the characters would survive anyway because they're more godlike characters rather than human beings. So a nuke probably wouldn't exactly kill them anyway. You know, the Hulk doesn't even bleed through most of the movie. So I don't know if a nuclear bomb can kill Loki and Thor. They're gods from another universe. I don't think a nuke would kill them, but all these innocent people would die. It's a bit of a stupid decision made by this council. But anyway, Iron Man seems to be able to control this nuke as it comes at them and guides it up through the portal in the sky and blows up the alien spacecraft. Awesome. And at this time, the Black Widow actually obtained Loki's scepter, and she stabs through the Tesseract and closes the portal, leaving Iron Man trapped in space forever and dead. Just kidding. Iron Man makes it back through the portal and is falling from the sky. Thor saves Iron Man, and one of the funniest parts of the movie, one of the better parts I think, was the Hulk has a showdown with Loki in the Stark's apartment, Stark's building, and Loki says, well, don't be ridiculous, you idiot, I'm a god, you can't, kill me, blah, blah, blah. And as he's just rambling on, ranting, the Hulk grabs him by his legs and just boom, 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 just smashes him through the floor about, 5 or 6 times, and Loki's just there going, and that's pretty much how Loki is defeated. After that, all of the Avengers come together because the portal's closed. They take out the remainder of the aliens, and all 6 are there ready to take Loki away. Loki is done for. He's captured. The end. So there's not really much to talk about there. There are no deaths in the movie, no big character deaths. I do think the nuclear bomb was definitely a silly addition to the movie. Why would you actually nuke this area where you're going to kill all these innocent people, but a lot of the characters that are actually battling in this war will survive, no doubt. Either way, it just goes to show the stupidity of humankind sometimes, that just want to resort to a nuclear bomb to solve issues. That is it from me. As you're watching this, I've probably already seen Age of Ultron, the second Avengers movie. That's going to be coming up real soon. But the next video should be my Demon Hunter build guide for the Natalia / Marauder Fire Sentry build. That's an awesome, powerful build for the Demon Hunter that you can all enjoy in your future seasons, or even if you're just playing normal mode right now. Either way, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to Creepy Uncle Bunny 13's channel. We can talk about movies, TV shows, play heaps of games together, and hopefully in the future be streaming live.